Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Batman Arkham Origins, and we're on the final confrontations versus Mr. Freeze. It's divided into about 3 checkpoints. But the thing about this fight is that Mr. Freeze is going to be on the top platform in the middle, and he's going to have his lackeys here coming at intervals. Now on the upper right you'll see that we have to take out these, I don't know exactly what they are, but they're the little power boxes, and you need time to take them out. However, if there are no lackeys around to see you, and if Mr. Freeze's back has just turned in another direction, you'll have ample time to take them out. Although, once he gets alerted that you're using you're powering the junction box or whatever the heck it is, he will turn to you, and there will be a button prompt for you to evade. And if you evade at the perfect, not at the perfect moment, but if you do an evade and you don't get damaged, you know that you've done it quickly enough. So this is going to be a little trial and error. It's not impossible to be completely stealthy here, but it's rather difficult because you've got him standing guard, and you've also got lackeys. So let's see if I can get this off. And you also have to wait until it passes 100. So you keep holding it until you see the prompt. Let's see if I get away. Now I got away from that, but it blasted me right there. I got away from it clean. But Mr. Freeze is not going to come down until you take the power boxes out. And admittedly, if you think that this fight is too challenging, I will recommend you to try the one on Arkham City, which is to me considerably more difficult. But if you feel the opposite way, that's your entitlement to feel that way, because difficulty is subjective, and we all can and can't do things in video games. So it's the same kind of mentality here. You just want to be extremely stealthy, just taking these thugs out. I think there's only ever 4 at one time. But taking out all the lackeys and then proceeding with the script, how this whole thing works out, he'll still spawn more. So you don't have to take care of the lackeys if you just want to do the main goal. You don't have to even take them out, because the scripting will just push you past it. Like for instance here, I didn't confirm where his position was, but basically the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to just take the lackeys out, just get them out of the equation, and then it will be much easier for you to wait until Mr. Freeze's back is turned, and then just go down to any one of the, or the nearest one of these boxes here. And also you'll have to use the inflamed batarangs to knock the ice off, which comes back at intervals. So you see how I'm looking at him up there, waiting for him to turn, and I'm just trying to see the position of these lackeys here. And do I hate this fight because of the lackeys? Not really, but I did want to discuss why I find lackeys to be detestable in games. It is because they're annoying and they make the fight more challenging, but they don't. How do I say this? It's just like you can't have the purity of an encounter intact if you have fucking lackeys around. To me, because to me, an encounter is me versus a boss. It's not me versus the boss versus side distractions. It just contaminates the fight, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because I want things to be easier. It's just that with their absence, it would be inherently more enjoyable. And I can't understand, why can't the developers of these games just get these fucking lackeys out of here, and make the challenge some other challenge? Maybe, I don't know, maybe heighten Freeze's aggression or something. I don't really know. It doesn't matter too much though, because it's just my opinion, and you probably won't even care too much, because they're not really that much of an issue. It's just that whenever I have lackeys around, I can't enjoy something enough. So Freeze is on the other side looking down, so I'm going to do this. Remember to always just keep holding it even well past the 100 mark. And we should get this prompt over here, the evade prompt. And sometimes it's just not going to work out. It's going to hit you, but you'll at least have destroyed what you're trying to destroy here. So we've got one more reactor coming in, and also look what we have coming in. We have these lackeys. How many? 3 or 4? 4. 4 lackeys. I think my detest of lackeys started in Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the Mirai boss fight. It really did. There's a version of Ninja Gaiden where there's no lackeys on that boss fight. I think it's Ninja Gaiden 1 where there's no lackeys. Because the hardest difficulty on that game is very hard mode. There's no Master Ninja mode. There used to be, but it was a separate tournament. But I don't know. It was before I was even interested in video games, but that's my, it's my basic understanding of what it was. So, you see how the lackey is right over there? And if you don't know what a lackey is, all it really is just a helper. It's just some guy that gives the boss an assist. Okay, so we're up here, Mr. Freeze, and I'm sorry I have to keep it in this mode so much. It's black and white detective vision, but so there he put a stop to me, and that was good because I didn't earn that. I went over there. I probably didn't even really consult Freeze's position too much, but I just wanted to let you guys know that after you take down the last generator, Freeze will come down. You'll get a checkpoint. And it's the same kind of conceit from Arkham City. What happens is that he's going to be walking around, although in this version there's lackeys. In Arkham City there was no lackeys. There were no lackeys, excuse me. But you see how that works in Arkham City? Much harder sans lackeys, with no lackeys. They made the fight damn hard, and they did not have to throw in the artificial difficulty of little flunkies walking around to try to annoy you. And I think that says all I need to say. So here's our checkpoint. We need to take Mr. Freeze down. Why it says that and never goes off the screen is rather annoying. It says try different takedowns. Now, I wish I could have demonstrated this more, but okay, so what can you do on this guy? What can't you do? You can't sneak up on him. You have to incorporate the environment or your gadgets in these takedowns. Although as you can see right there, it says from the corner. So if he's walking towards you and you do a corner takedown, that's acceptable. You could also, if he's on a ledge above you, you can pull him down to you. But I think the best thing to do is to use the remote claw from the perches and just use the tripwire, or not the tripwire. It's just the tight ropes. That's what I'm talking about. So my basic advice over here is just get all the lackeys out of the way, and then just focus on Freeze. I think more lackeys will drop in as you take his health down. And if you ever see anybody underneath any of you see the little pulsating area of interest points on the ground, you can use your inflamed batarangs to drop icicles onto them and kill them. But it won't kill Mr. Freeze, it'll just damage him. But the nice thing about Mr. Freeze is that you don't have to take all of his HP off. It'll shift into a scene where all of the lackeys get iced, and you're just like walking over to him and killing him. So you get a checkpoint there as well. So I don't think I've damaged Freeze, except I might have dropped some ice on him while I was speaking and just didn't see it. Okay, so when they're in a cluster like that, use your multi-batarang to get these 3 things down off of there. Let's see if this gets anybody. Nice. It got one of the lackeys. And when I was playing that, I was just so happy about that. But this is rather annoying, having to defrost all these perches. But the guy who's standing up there, who's in blue, that's what's his name? It's actually the real villain here. I forget what his name is. But you don't have to do anything to him. So here's Freeze. We've got all the lackeys killed, and I could have done a corner takedown. I think that's what I was trying to do there, but it didn't give me the prompt to snap into cover. But I just think it's too time consuming to wait for him to walk in front of like the vents. When the tightrope, it works much better. Much better. So just get on these perches here, and if you have to, defrost them, and then tie the rope on here, and you'll be walking over him more times than not, and he's a slow walker. So you see right here, I have to thaw this one out, and then use the remote claw, and then just rapidly tap on the triangle button to do it as quickly as possible. So you do the tightrope takedown, and he doesn't like do any kind of defense from above like it would happen in Arkham City. So I'm kind of making the game pay the price for not being creative here. So it'll probably take you about 4 tightrope takedowns to do this, or maybe 5. Probably 4 though, I would say. Seems more like 4. But I do want to thank everybody for watching this guide. It means a lot to me, and I can't be certain of what my next project is. It probably won't be Ninja Gaiden 2, because I need some more space from that game. Some more, metaphorical space. But check this out. You could even get him when he's on the balcony over here if you just wait your time. And don't think that like this attack is weaker than any of the others, because it's not. They're all equal. Okay, look, we got some more lackeys coming into the picture because he needs help. He's too low on HP and he needs some help from the lackeys. But the reason I don't know what game I'll cover next is because I don't know if there are any games left for me to play. I might have exhausted all the games. I might have played all the good ones. And that's sad to think, but I will still play something. I was toying with the idea of doing a guide for Enslaved on hard mode, but it's just not that hard. So it probably doesn't need a guide. Because I did play that, I was interested in seeing Ninja Theory's game after having played Ninja Theory's DMC. But what else? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was really set on doing Ghost Recon Future Soldier on hardcore on the PC, but it's just I like fresh things. I like new things, new challenges. I've already done that. Now, I know you'll probably say then stop playing Ninja Gaiden 2 because that game can't be fresh for you anymore, but I am making it fresh by doing a different take on that game. I'm going to be using the Dragon Sword only and doing being more aggressive in some of the fights. Not like the Test of Valor, not the Test of Valor, but the Rod of Trials fight. I want to try to do that in the courtyard instead of in the house. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I also was toying with the idea of doing that live, but I just don't like to do that. Plus, I don't know. I can't talk while I'm playing a really difficult game. The talking has to come later, when I can step back from all the chaos. And I really want to take down Devil May Cry 3 on Dante Must Die difficulty, but I have to be honest with you guys, it's not fun. It's not fun for me. That's the reason why I didn't play Virgil's Downfall, because it's so boring. His combat, his whole play style is so boring. He's got no range. However, I like Devil May Cry 4 a lot, but the thing with that game is that I played that like 6 times in a row recently, trying to get all the upgrades and everything. But who knows? I might. I might. Devil May Cry 4 is much more of a possibility than 3. But it looks like we've taken this guy all the way down as far as we can, and now what you need to do here, because I was confused here when I first played this, you just have to go over here, break the ice, and then you'll be underneath him, and then just press the triangle button, and then you guessed it, we're going to be breaking the ice and just tapping the X button, one of the things that I really love about this game the most. And afterwards, I press the triangle button. I have no button prompts here, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this guide. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in my next project.